Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Global Adventures, the channel where we explore the most amazing places and cultures around the world. In today's video, we're going to reveal the 10 countries with single women due to lack of men. Yes, you heard that right. There are some countries where the female population significantly outnumbers the male population, creating a huge imbalance in the dating market. And if you stick around till the end, we'll also tell you about a bonus country that has the highest ratio of single women in the world. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. But before we get into the list, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified every time we upload a new video. And if you enjoy this video, don't forget to smash the like button and share it with your friends. All right, let's get started. So why are there some countries with more single women than men? Well, there are many factors that can affect the gender ratio of a country, such as wars, migration, health, education, culture, and so on. Some of these factors can cause a shortage of men, leaving many women single and lonely. This can be a problem for the women who want to find a partner, but it can also be an opportunity for the men who want to meet them. Imagine being in a country where you have more options and less competition. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, that dream can become a reality if you know where to go. And that's what we're going to show you in this video. We're going to tell you the 10 countries with single women due to lack of men, and how you can visit them and have the time of your life. These are the countries where you can find beautiful, friendly, and open-minded women who are looking for love and adventure. And who knows, maybe you'll find your soulmate there. So without further ado, here are the 10 countries with single women due to lack of men. Number 10, Croatia. We start with Croatia, a beautiful country in Southeast Europe, known for its stunning coastline, medieval cities, and rich culture. Croatia has 147,000 more women than men due to the migration and lower life expectancy of men. Croatian women are not too happy with the situation and complain that there are not enough good men to choose from. Some women resort to online dating or international matchmaking agencies to find their ideal partner. However, some foreign men visit the country every year and fall in love with the local beauties. Number 9, Myanmar. Next, we travel to Myanmar, a country in Southeast Asia, formerly known as Burma. Myanmar has 1.97 million more women than men due to the history of conflict and violence, and the cultural preference for sons. Myanmar women face many challenges in finding a suitable partner and have to deal with social pressure, gender discrimination, and limited opportunities. Some women are expected to marry young and have children, while others are forced into arranged marriages or human trafficking. However, some women are finding love and happiness with men from other countries, especially from China, where there is a shortage of women. Number 8, Belarus. Moving on, we visit Belarus, a landlocked country in Eastern Europe, bordered by Russia, Ukraine, Poland, Lithuania, and Latvia. Belarus has 950,000 more women than men, due to the legacy of the Second World War and the high mortality rate of men. Belarusian women have a hard time finding a compatible partner and say that there are not enough men who are educated, responsible, and faithful. Many of them are either divorced, unemployed, or addicted to alcohol or drugs. Some women decide to look for love abroad and join online dating sites or marriage agencies. However, this is not always easy, and they have to overcome cultural and linguistic barriers, as well as the risk of scams and frauds. Number 7, Latvia. Next, we head to Latvia, a Baltic country in Northern Europe, situated on the eastern shore of the Baltic Sea. Latvia has 340,000 more women than men, due to the emigration and high mortality rate of men. Latvian women face a serious shortage of eligible men and say that there are not enough men who are educated, ambitious, and loyal. Many of them are either married, in prison, or abroad. Some women choose to stay single and focus on their personal and professional development, but they often feel lonely and unfulfilled. Some women opt to date foreign men who are more interested in them and appreciate their qualities. However, this is not always easy, and they have to deal with cultural and social differences, as well as the possibility of long-distance relationships. Number 6, Russia. Moving on, we visit Russia, the largest country in the world by area, spanning across Europe and Asia. Russia has 10.6 million more women than men due to the high casualty rate of men during the Soviet era and the low life expectancy of men. Russian women have a tough time finding a suitable partner and say that there are not enough men who are mature, reliable, and faithful. Many of them are either dead, disabled, or drunk. Some women decide to look for love outside Russia and join online dating sites or marriage agencies. However, this is not always easy, and they have to deal with legal and financial issues, as well as the risk of abuse and exploitation. Number 5. Lithuania. Next, we travel to Lithuania, another Baltic country in Northern Europe, bordered by Latvia, Belarus, Poland, and Russia. Lithuania has 420,000 more women than men, due to the migration and high mortality rate of men. Lithuanian women have a difficult time finding a compatible partner, and say that there are not enough men who are educated, successful, and honest. Many of them are either married, unemployed, or addicted to alcohol or drugs. Some women choose to remain single and pursue their education or career, but they often face pressure and criticism from their families and society. Some women opt to date foreign men, who are more attracted to them and respect their values. However, this is not always easy, as they have to deal with cultural and emotional challenges, as well as the possibility of long-distance relationships. Number 4. Georgia. Moving on, we visit Georgia, a country in the Caucasus region, situated at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. Georgia has 400,000 more women than men, due to the history of wars and genocides, and the low birth rate. Georgian women have a hard time finding a suitable partner, and say that there are not enough men who are respectful, faithful, and loving. Many of them are either abusive, unfaithful, or indifferent. Some women decide to stay single and enjoy their freedom and independence, but they often feel lonely and unappreciated. Some women opt to date foreign men, who are more curious about them and their culture. However, this is not always easy, as they have to deal with visa and travel issues, as well as the risk of cultural misunderstandings. Number 3. Ukraine. Next, we head to Ukraine, a country in Eastern Europe bordered by Russia, Belarus, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, and Moldova. Ukraine has 6.8 million more women than men, due to the history of wars and famines and the low life expectancy of men. Ukrainian women have a hard time finding a suitable partner and say that there are not enough men who are educated, stable, and loyal. Many of them are either married, unemployed, or addicted to alcohol or drugs. Some women decide to look for love abroad and join online dating sites or marriage agencies. However, this is not always easy, and they have to deal with legal and financial issues, as well as the risk of scams and frauds. Number 2. Estonia. Moving on, we visit Estonia, another Baltic country in Northern Europe, bordered by Latvia, Russia, Finland, and Sweden. Estonia has 300,000 more women than men, due to the emigration and high mortality rate of men. Estonian women face a serious shortage of eligible men and say that there are not enough men who are educated, ambitious, and honest. Many of them are either married, in prison, or abroad. Some women choose to stay single and focus on their personal and professional development, but they often feel lonely and unfulfilled. Some women opt to date foreign men who are more interested in them and appreciate their qualities. However, this is not always easy, and they have to deal with cultural and social differences, as well as the possibility of long-distance relationships. Number 1. Armenia. And finally, we arrive at Armenia, a country in the Caucasus region, situated between Europe and Asia. Armenia has 480,000 more women than men, due to the history of wars and genocides and the low birth rate. Armenian women have a difficult time finding a compatible partner, and say that there are not enough men who are respectful, faithful, and loving. Many of them are either married, in the army, or in the diaspora. Some women decide to remain single and pursue their education or career, but they often face pressure and criticism from their families and society. Some women opt to date foreign men who are more attracted to them and respect their values. However, this is not always easy, as they have to deal with visa and travel issues, as well as the risk of cultural misunderstandings. Bonus. And now for the bonus country, we have China. Yes, you heard that right. China, the most populous country in the world, with 30.6 million more men than women, due to the one-child policy and the preference for sons. Chinese women have a lot of advantages in finding a partner, and say that there are plenty of men who are eager to marry them and provide for them. Many of them are wealthy, educated, and successful. Some women enjoy the freedom and power that comes with being in high demand, and choose their partners based on their preferences and standards. However, Chinese women also face many challenges in finding a suitable partner, and have to deal with social pressure, gender discrimination, and limited opportunities. Some women choose to remain single and focus on their personal and professional development, but they often face stigma and isolation. And that's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, let us know in the comments below, which country surprised you the most? And which country would you like to visit or date someone from? And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our new videos. Thank you for watching, and see you next time on The Global Adventures.